Review day 9. Rewrite and evaluate logarithms. Your packets on number 7. This first slide shows you a lot of good, interesting stuff. We got the change of base formula. We got the converting formula. And we have the 2 most important buttons on your calculator. Remember, unslide your calculator. Look at the left side of your calculator. These are the 2 buttons we will be using today. The log button and the ln button. The log button is called the common log, and it has base 10. The ln is the natural log and has base e. These 2 buttons will enable us to answer every question in this section. Know where they are, know what they mean. Common log, base 10. You can remember there's a little blue 10. ln is base e. You can remember because it's got a little blue e. Okay, those buttons can convert common logs and natural logs, and that's it. Can you use those buttons for log base 2? Not unless you use the change of base. The change of base is used whenever you have a logarithm that is not base 10 or base e. You just put the log of the a on top and the log of the b on the bottom.
Divide, right?
And divide, yep. And finally, sometimes we have to switch between forms from log to exponential or from exponential to log. Okay, we're going to go over all of these things, starting with our multiple choice question. Evaluate log base 2 of 80. So here is an example of you cannot use the log button. You cannot just click log 80. Why can't I just click log 80? Because the base is not 10. You cannot just click log 80, which is unfortunate, but not the end of the world. So a non-example is log 80. This is incorrect. That means log base 10 of 80. This is log base 2 of 80. This is asking us 2 to what power is 80? This means 2 to what power equals 80? Although it has a base 2, we can still use our calculator to find it. We need to do what's called a change of base. The formula was on that front screen. But it looks like this. If you have log base of a, and a is some number, you just do the log of a divided by the log of b. A good way to remember this is the b is already lower, so that goes on the bottom. Or you can remember b for bottom. The b goes on the bottom, the a goes on the top. So if we wanted to evaluate log base 2 of 80 in our calculator, we would do log of 80 divided by log of 2. This will help us find what power you would have to raise 2 to in order to get 80. So let's practice putting that bad boy in. Let's find out. Log of 80. What's really important that I do right now? Close your parenthesis. Divided by log of 2. Make sure you close the parentheses. If you forget the parentheses, then it thinks you're dividing inside the log. So that parenthesis tells you the log has ended. So log 80 over log 2. 6.321, or we'd round it up to 6.322. Because of logarithms, we always do how many decimal places? 3. So which of our solutions is it? A, B, C, or D?
D.
D.
So,
D is our answer. Remember, had this been log base 10 or an ln, we can just click the button on our calculator, done. But whenever you see a little tiny number next to your log that isn't 10 or ln, then you have to do this change of base. The inside on top, the base on the bottom. Just make sure you do that. And then your calculator can still do it. You just have to make sure you do the division. Okay, that's the first question you'll have on this little section on today and on your final. The second one is free response. So these ones you will need to show two things. You're going to have to rewrite, and then you will have to evaluate. So we are going to be looking that you do two things on this section of your final. Rewrite, then evaluate. Log of x equals 2. We need to find x, but we can't put that in our calculator. We can't really do anything right now because we don't know what's inside that log. We're trying to find it. So we are going to write our log as an exponent. Right now it's in this form. We need to write it in the opposite form. This is logarithmic. This is exponential. Right now this is in log, right? It's got a log. So first we're going to do is label our parts, our base, our value, and our exponent. In this problem, what is the base of this log? Tricky. What is it? 10, because whenever there's not a number, then it's automatically 10. Our value is x. X is what's inside those parentheses. And our exponent is 2. All we need to do is put our b, v, and exponent in the right order, and then it'll be in our new form. So it's like this. We need it in like this in blue. We need b to the exponent equals v. So I would write this as b, which is to the power of the exponent, which is equals our value, which is x. Now we have something we can just put in the calculator. We just need to find out what is 10 to the power of 2. 10 caret 2. It's 100. So x equals 100. And that's it. This is the rewrite. This is the evaluate. The two parts we'll look for.
Oh, we just figured out what
You gotta rewrite it and evaluate for x. Yep, find your x. Now, you don't have to write down what b, v, and the exponent is, but did that help? Yes, it very much did. I'm going to do one more like that, and then we're going to do one other. Am I cool to scroll down a little bit? All right, number 2. This time we have an ln function, which is the natural function. ln of x equals 2/3. Let's start just like we did before. This is in log form, so we need to label our b, our v, and our exponent. What is the base of ln? If this ever trips you up, look at the ln button on your calculator. Above it, there's something in blue. EX. What's the base of ln? It's E. The ln has a base of E. You can always look on your calculator. Right above the ln button is a little blue e to the x. That means e to the x is the base. Our value is x, the number in the parentheses, and the exponent is 2/3. Again, if you don't have that memorized, not the end of the world, because you will have this little converting formula. BVEX, which is exponent. Now we just got to rewrite it, just like we did before. Our base to the power of our exponent. What's our base? E. To the power of our exponent, which was 2/3 equals our value was x. Now it's been a minute. Maybe you don't quite remember how to put in e. That does sound right. I'm going to show it up here so it's in the video. So second ln, there's your e. And how do we type in 2/3? 2 divided by 3. Hit enter. 1 point, how many decimal places? 3 numbers. So 1.948 if you round up. 1.948. Again, this is our rewrite. This is our evaluate. The 2 parts we're looking for. Not too shabby, not too shabby.
Yeah.
1 to go. Now the last one's just a little different. Because in the last one, are we given a logarithm? No. So we're going to do what we just did, but the opposite way, backwards. So this time, remember, it's base to the exponent equals the value. And we need to turn it into log base value equals exponent. So that's our formula up above. I just wanted you to be able to see it. Right now, we're in this form, aren't we?
Yeah.
We have no logs. We need to give it a log so that we can put it in the calculator. Right now, we can't put this in the calculator. You can't put in 2 to the power of x equals 30 and it finds x for you. So our base is 2. Our value is value 30. And our exponent is, think, what's the exponent in this? X. The power is x. So that's our b, v, and our exponent. And now we need to rewrite it as a log like this. So we start by writing log. And we fill in all of our parts. We need a b. What's our base? 2. So give it a little 2 for a base. In parentheses, we're going to have our value. What's our value? 30. And this is equal to the exponent, which is what's unknown, the x. There's our rewrite. Now we have to evaluate it or solve it. And can we just type in log 30, enter? Why not? It's not a base 10, exactly. So we need to do a change of base. So we do log. Perfect. Log 30 divided by log of 2. Again, because that 2 is there, this is the only way we can do it in our calculator. I believe you, but I'm just going to put it in for the video. Alright, so we put in a log of 30. We're recording a video. Log of 2. Remember, how important is it to put these parentheses in? Very important. Enter. 4.907 because we round up. 4.907. X equals 4.907. This is the rewrite. This is the evaluate. Make sure you have both. That is everything you need to know for logarithms, rewriting and evaluating. The number one thing students forget is the change of base. Make sure you're using the change of base when you need to.